I always say
Sure.
when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. People who give value to what you do, they're gonna be willing to pay value for it. So you know when someone's gonna be serious coachee, and they really want to change their life, or they just want some extra words that they want to hear. They're not gonna want to pay for that. For Mitch, I think this is for you. As someone working in the coaching business, have you ever felt like holding back your help, even if you're capable of doing that? How do you maintain being objective when so much emotions are involved? Medyo
I
mahirap yun.
yeah. I love your question, Mitch. Thank you very much for that question. So, the first question is, have you ever felt like holding back your help even if you are capable of doing that? Yes, there are instances wherein I experienced that, but I think with coaching, what's important is that you will pray for discernment. Discernment, what will help for the other person. So there are instances wherein I will really have like 100% coaching, but there are other times wherein I know that what will help my client is not just coaching but mentoring as well. So we actually call that mentor coaching. So I think discernment is very important when it comes to that, being able to really dig into what the person needs at that moment. There are times wherein more than helping that person, you wanting to help that person might even be a hindrance. So it's very important for you to really discern what the person needs. So the second question is, how do you maintain being objective when so much emotions are involved? I thank God that I actually took a training. It's a US based training program for coaches, specifically for life, grief, and end of life. So, speaking of emotions, there are really a lot of emotions involved dealing with all of those. But I love what was mentioned during our training, that it's very important for us to really focus on the other person and not us, because when you go to a coaching session, like for instance, you, Mitch, that session should be all about you and not about me. So as your coach, I'll just be there to really have that collaborative space in order for you to be able to process what you need to process so that I can help you to go from point A to point B. So after that session, if there will be times wherein something will struck me or there will be like certain triggers, then I need to be able to work on that. So as a coach, it's important for us to really take time for our self-care, and that includes having that time to really think about the things we call it inner work. So things that we can work on ourselves as well. So in order for us to serve other people better. So I hope that answered your questions, Mitch. Thank you very much. Those are very important questions. And I'm just wondering if you're interested to be a coach as well, because it's really important for you to really maintain having that space in order for you to focus on the client and not on your own emotions.
Question from Mitch. I'm a former employee. As someone who wants to enter the coaching industry, there you go, or any business of help, how can I manage the feelings of guilt when charging clients?
I like the analogy that when someone is sick, you go to a doctor, right? And you also pay for the service of that doctor. And when someone is going through a mental challenge, they also go to a psychiatrist and they're able to pay for that psychiatrist as well. So, as a coach, I also know that this is actually one of the challenges that we're having as coaches. Like, I just want to help that person, but I also need to charge this client. So I think it's very important that if you want to be a coach, number one, really give value to what you're doing, your job, and how you're helping other people. And number two as well, let your client value what they're going to have with you as well as a coaching client. So I think it's very important that you Number one, give value to yourself and to what you do. And number two, help the other person value what you're able to offer him or her as well. So, yes, and God bless you. We need more coaches during this time as well. So, yeah, I hope that helps.
That's really good. If I can add just one little thing, I always say
Sure.
when people don't pay, they don't pay attention. People who give value to what you do, they're gonna be willing to pay value for it. So when someone's gonna be serious coachee, and they really want to change their life, or they just want some extra words that they want to hear. They're not gonna want to pay for that. So I actually like people who pay better because I know that they're going to be valuable customers or clients to me as well. And the potential of them being a promoter or giving me word of mouth marketing is also a lot higher. So it's a win-win. Can you give us some tips on how to grow a coaching business?
Okay, Mitch, I am actually just starting as well with my coaching business. But one of the things that you can do is actually think about the ways that you can give value or help more people. So I think one of the things that you can do in order to grow a coaching business is to just continue doing it. Okay, start and continue doing it, because the more people that you can help as well, the more people who can also recommend you to other people who may be needing your service. And at the same time, use the platforms that you have, whether be it on Instagram, on Facebook, or just like Sean, maybe you can also start a podcast, right, Sean?
Yeah, it's
so
easy and it's free.
yeah, it's easy and it's free, and a lot of people can hear your voice and what you can actually offer them. Those are just some of my tips. And make sure also that you get a credential, because a lot of people right now, they call themselves coaches, which is good, but at the same time, it's better if you will be accountable. Like, there's more accountability, and you can practice like coaching ethics when it comes to confidentiality and other things as well that are important when it comes to coaching business. So I encourage you to go through a training program under ICF, or International Coaching Federation, as well. So I hope that can help you.
Yeah, good stuff. And through that process, you also be able to figure out if you're more of a coach. So I'm a certified John Maxwell team coach, but I don't really practice it because I find coaching is not so much for me. I'm more of a mentor. I like asking questions and teaching based from experience rather than asking people questions about themselves and asking them to introspect. So actually, coaches have huge amount of patience that I don't have. That's one big reason why I don't coach, even if I'm a certified coach.
Natawa ako doon, Sean.
But yeah,
But
that's true.
yeah.
You know it. You know it. You have a supernatural amount of patience. That's what I can say.
And I think
So
empathy as well.
yes, that too. And I lack that 100%. But yeah, podcast, create your platform, make a website. Making a website is easy, it's cheap. You can build a site for 1,500, 2,000 pesos today, and you have to maintain it. Yes, it's work, but if you're getting clients from it, then it pays for itself. Oh, hey, and since you're here, can you do me a favor? Can you hit on the subscribe button and hit the bell button and select all notifications so that whenever we have a new video, you're going to be the first one to know. Until then, keep leading.
Probably not going to be the best worker, but that's the person who know how to deal with different personalities. And once I started shuffling the deck, it was a 24-hour contract, 7 days a week. I was willing to shuffle the deck, put people in the right places, and got my team the way it needed to be.